What's going on, guys? Welcome to Hockey Ultimate Talk. I am your host, Thrash 94 Gaming, and with my co-host, Henrik. How's it going, buddy?
You know, excited for week 2 here. Week 1 was a real success, I think, and I'm excited to talk about more stuff. A lot has happened in a week, honestly.
Absolutely. There's a lot going on. We have the NHL playoffs to talk about, new events here in Hockey Ultimate Team, and of course, a brand new, not even Tuesday tilt, just game day tilt cards, which are very interesting that we want to get into. Of course, if you guys are listening live here on Twitch, please do me a favor and leave some questions for us. We will do a big Q&A at the end of the episode here, just so that way we can get through some questions, give our thoughts on some of your ideas. So, Henrik, first things first, what do you want to talk about?
Definitely want to talk about the new event. The new event, I mean, that's the news. I mean, it's
something.
It's something, but is it something good? What do you think right away?
I think the big thing here is that there was a giant missed opportunity to bring more people back to the game for the playoffs.
And what would have done that? What would have done that, you think?
I mean, there's a few things they could have done. First of all, maybe a free master.
That's what I thought they were gonna. I thought they were going to.
They've done that in the past, and I was expecting it to happen again this year. It did not. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean that they don't have one planned in the next, 8 weeks of playoff hockey that we have, but that's the beginning of the playoffs, so you have a great opportunity to bring in people who may have left the game or who are excited to play the game, and the game's coming out on EA Play very shortly. They announced it today. So I think a free master would have been a huge thing for a lot of people, who, especially the ones who are still playing the game, the people who, like you and me, are playing it every day. I don't know, man. I feel like that's a huge missed opportunity. The event isn't any different than years past.
It really isn't. Copy-paste completely.
Yeah, and that's another big issue, but we've talked about that. We talked about that in episode 1 about the events and whatnot. I don't want to retread that.
Yeah, we've been through that. I mean,
it's a big misstep. Personally, I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought there was going to be an MSP, and honestly, because they didn't do one last year for the Stanley Cup event. They did one for the Shades of Summer, I think, didn't they?
Right. Yes.
Which is interesting. I wonder why when did that even come out? Like, what month was that? It was like July or something, wasn't it?
They started the Kaprizov and the Miller
actually in like May or something,
beforehand. Right? Yeah, it felt like it was way beforehand because they were just excited to get the cards to us.
Yeah, I mean that was cool. That was cool.
Oh, for sure. But it's May now.
Yeah.
And there's no mention of anything going on, so.
No, because like you said, it's on EA Play, but like you can say, oh, they still have a style icon, right? They still have a style icon objectives.
Oh God, yeah.
So.
Look, they need more things like the style icon objectives.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
they
can't do one a year. I think that is ridiculous. That they're like, we did one, though, so why would we do it again?
Yeah, and I'm not here to say that like it should be every event, because that would be a little bit overkill, because then MSPs wouldn't be as like valuable, I feel like, if you could just get anyone you want every single event, like just easily.
No, I agree with that, but especially right now. Now, hear me out. It is the end of the year, correct? People are done playing this game. People are over it. And you have the opportunity to be like, hey, guys, thank you for sticking with us. Here's a little reward you can work towards, blah, blah, blah. I think a lot of people would really appreciate that in May.
Oh, I mean, of course, like, that's the thing. Reward the players that are still playing the game year round. Year round. If you're playing a game day in, day out, and you want to grind, why are you not, like, just handed cards, especially at this point? You should have to even be good at the game to get good cards at this point.
No, I agree with that for sure. And I don't think it's an issue with the market at all, because the market is absolutely terrible, by the way. I don't know if EA's noticed, but they got to fix that. They got to do something here, because, like...
Yeah, it's...
Now, I read some of the comments on the previous podcast pertaining to the market. People on PS4 were like, oh, the market's fine. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's like 6,000 cards up. That's not a good number.
Nope.
Like, 6,000 is the most out of the 4 consoles, but it's still like a third of what it should be.
Yeah, that's still not good at all. Because last year it was at least like 14 on PS4, 14,000, 10,000. Yeah, at pretty much all times, right?
Yes. So the fact that they're like, oh, there's 6K on there, it's not bad. No, that's pretty bad, my man. That's
not good at all.
It's a frustrating situation that EA's not giving us easier paths to cards. They're releasing all these cool cards. Like, there's an 87 Michael Rasmussen out that would be perfect for my All Wings team. I can't obtain that card right now. There's no way for me to do it. Unless I want to open up packs, because there's none on the market.
So you spend money and probably not get it. You could pull 99 Stamkos and you still can't get 87 Rasmussen, though. Don't worry about it.
There's so many things that they do right or not right, but like having the
Yeah,
game and
slow it down.
utilized right. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanna, right? Like we have these primetime and team of the week packs. So why can't I'd be like, hey, let me trade in 3 event collectibles or something for a random primetime release today. Something small like that. I would do 50 of them until I got Rasmussen or Stamkos or whatever.
100%, because especially at this point of the year, these cards aren't going to hit the market.
No, they're not.
A
like,
Monday card, a Monday primetime card that goes out of packs in 2 hours is not going to be pulled.
You're releasing content for no reason. Why are we here?
It's just a card that's gonna like. There's probably gonna be like 2 in the whole population.
So I like that we're on the same path, at least when we talk about these things as well.
Yeah.
Like we agree with a lot of the same things here, and that's really nice. What do you think about the new game day tilt cards? I am gonna pull it up on my screen so that way I don't make any mistakes with what I'm saying, but.
I like them. I do. The cost is still psychotic, though. It really is.
We're in the same boat then.
Yeah.
Because I think that the idea of them is absolutely awesome, and this is something that EA should do throughout the entire year. Next year, fantasy idea cards, stuff like that. I love it. I like the interactive cards, the stuff that makes you want to watch the games and see what's going to happen. I think that's a great idea. I don't like the fact that you could trade in 3 92 overall players and still not have enough collectibles for a potential 92 overall player.
That's embarrassing. I mean, again, it has improved greatly because there's times where they started at 92 and there was like a max of 95, and most times they did not go up at all.
Yeah, they stuck at 92.
These cards will probably go up a little bit.
I mean, you got to think Johansson at some point is going to get a shot on goal,
even a hit. That's not even crazy.
Like, there you go. There's an upgrade.
Playoff hockey, they're going to be getting hits. They're going to hit people.
Exactly.
That's just how it is.
If you're not hitting in playoff hockey, let's be real, you're not going to be playing much.
And Johansson's not like a soft, like small player. Like he's going to hit people, like he is.
So like the idea of them, awesome.
Yep.
The price of them makes it completely pointless, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it's silly. It really is.
It
like
is
you
an
said,
exciting thing that EA brought in.
To not even get a 92 is crazy.
Yeah. It's an exciting thing that EA brought in for you to realize, hey, what's the point?
Yeah.
I think at this point in the year, it is May. Even half price would be... I mean, the thing that you could trade in multiple versions, like multiple 92 overall cards for a 92 overall card that might not change. Now, it will go up. Let's be real.
It will. It will.
It doesn't go up.
Yeah.
But to think that you could trade in 3 92s plus whatever else for a potential even a 93 card is not...
It's not
good value.
It doesn't seem like it makes sense. Yeah, it just doesn't.
Are these cards worth 150 to 200K? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
95s in the market right now for 60K.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I pulled MSP O'Reilly, and I can't sell him for 300K. 98, I can't sell for 300K.
Yeah.
So
like, I did a video the other day. I'm plugging myself on my own channel. This is great. I did a video the other day, though, about Ultimate Packs and why you shouldn't be opening Ultimate Packs or opening packs in general in the store right now. I spent 100K on an Ultimate Pack, and even if I happened to pull one of the 95 prime times that were out, I would have lost coin. Think about that. Think about that. 100K pack, and I lose coin on it with a 95 overall pull. Now, why would we buy packs at this point in the year? There's no reason to buy packs.
That's the other thing I was gonna say too. Like for May, like I know it's May, right? But no cards have value. Like there really is no value. I pulled MSP. I was like, wow, this got to be like at least 400K or something. Like I wasn't thinking 800K or something crazy.
Right.
It's not even going for 300K.
Yeah, it's
like it doesn't make you want to open packs at all. Like definitely not with money. That's for sure.
Well, so I pulled, I believe it was a 95 Yager last week.
I can't imagine I went for more than 60K.
I opened up a pack and I pulled 95 Yager. I was like, yeah, 95. And I looked at the market. I'm like, all right, yeah, it was about 60K.
Wow, I'm surprised there was even one on the market.
So in the video, people are like, why weren't you happy about your pull? I'm like, because I lost coin. Why would I be happy about that? They're like, oh, you're just being greedy. It must be nice to be able to get big pulls. I'm like, if you don't make coin on it, it's not a big pull.
Yeah.
It doesn't,
it's satisfying in the moment, but it doesn't do anything for you. It really doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
You literally wasted coins.
Literally. It's a frustrating situation to be in. EA's got to fix it. And I don't know if there's anything that they can do at this point.
But
this
year is gone.
Well, the game's releasing on EA Play, and that could potentially bring in a lot of people. If day one, EA's like, hey, earn this, go do this, get this.
I feel like
bring in some people.
I feel like in years past they have done that. If I do recall, I remember like NHL 19. I'm pretty sure they came out with like just like a bunch of like random like objectives to do. So I don't know if they're gonna do that again. And do you really think it's gonna bring in a lot of people anyway, even if that's on EA Play? I don't know.
Potentially, yes. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it is.
Yeah.
But there's the potential that people will be like, hey, I didn't try out NHL this year, let me download it. Or, hey, it's on EA Play now, I may have sold my copy, but I can download it and try it out. See if maybe I was wrong about it earlier in the year, or whatever.
I feel like it'd be more. I think if anything, it would probably help ESHL though more than HUT though. I feel like more people would probably. Yeah.
More people play ESHL. That makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if that leads to more people playing the game in general, that's a good thing. No matter
100%.
what, no matter how you want to look at it, no matter what mode they're playing, more people playing the game is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in. We're not just you and me. I'll throw sleeves in here too, but we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same situation. We're all frustrated, right?
Yeah, I mean, no one's satisfied with the current state of where HUT is. I
was very optimistic at the beginning of this year. I was having a good time with the game pretty early on. I thought that there was some big strides being made, and it just kind of
fell quick.
It fell pretty quick, which is a shame for sure. But
it is. Another thing I was going to ask about is what do you think about like the starting overalls of the Stanley Cup cards? I think they're too low, personally. I do. By an overall or two. I'm not saying they should start at 90. I don't think, but
see the thing is with them, they did this last year and the year before as well, where they started them low and then every round they go up by 1.
Yeah, which
right.
I get it.
Which they're trying to make it so that way you're more excited for each passing round, and the passing rounds mean more, which I can understand. That being said, it is May.
Yeah, and as it is, it doesn't seem like this game's very popular right now.
Do you want me to get excited about an 87 overall card that potentially will be a 95, which is selling for less than 60K? We've been through this. I'm not going to be excited for it.
Yeah, and again, like, let's put it like this: a series goes 6, they're 91. The loser 91. That's nothing. Like that's nothing. 91 hasn't been good since like probably January, and even with that, that's even a stretch.
See, the thing is too, I can sit here and I feel like I remember this being a thing in years past, but maybe it wasn't, and maybe I'm crazy. But did we not get choice packs by doing sets for these? But it didn't cost us, 50 collectibles.
Yeah,
I feel like there was ways to earn these players.
I believe so. I mean,
whether it was challenges or what, I feel like you could earn one player pack per week or something.
I think there was at least one year where they did like a HUT challenge path where you could like get one. I'm pretty sure like well not one, but like it was like a choice pack or something. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
But doesn't exist
yeah, they just don't do that. Like none of these are free to get like just by playing. That's for sure.
Which is a huge issue on its own.
Oh, and everything, and the whole game. It's not just these Stanley Cup cards.
Let me ask you a question. Let me get your thoughts on this, because this is something I was thinking about earlier. With the way Masters were done at the beginning of the year, so we had 3 different tiered Masters, 86, 88, and 90. Would that help solve issues next year if they continued to do it like that? Whereas at the beginning of the year, we have 3 different Mastery cards. However, the Masters that were 86 were cards that were low players, like Nick Suzuki.
Yeah, honestly, I liked it though. I did. Maybe I'm crazy. I did like that.
I like it.
Yeah.
It gave me a reason to, one, I could participate in any event that I wanted to, because it wasn't super expensive for an 86 overall master.
No, that was like very cheap. The Suzuki was like a free card basically. That's how easy it was.
But it was a good card though. It was a card that anyone.
I had him on my team till
great.
November, like late November at least.
So what if, and I'm just spitballing, of course, I don't work for EA, but what if they did that next year where first event 86, 88, 90, then the second event was 87, 89, 91 different players, but there's only a few select cards released as opposed to 16 masters every event.
I personally would like that more. I actually would. Maybe I'm crazy. I think some people probably won't like that opinion, but I think that would be a better idea because I don't know. I mean, they're all the same overall, so it's like they're kind of all like very similar, and the cost is all the same, and they're all pretty expensive, right? So instead, you could obviously have, like the lower tier, even like 88, right? Which isn't bad in like November. So I don't know. I think that would be pretty good because then it really could get people involved, right?
Well, that's what you want. You want people to be excited for events. Hey, what card am I going to be able to build this month or this event? What can I do? Hey, look, there's a card out, that Suzuki that came out. Everyone wanted to build that Suzuki. Not only just because if you're a Habs fan, hey, look, I have a Suzuki, but that was a decent card and it was not expensive. People were excited for that. Now when the Masters come out, it's like, oh, you didn't release a card for my favorite team, and I have to pay 500,000 coins for it. I'm not going to bother.
Yeah. Oh, it's not a meta card. Oh, there's no 6'5" defenseman.
God. Yep. Don't get me started on the meta. I don't care about. I don't care.
I mean, yeah, unless you're like a top player, there's really no reason to care.
That's exactly it, right?
Some people do like get a little bit crazy with it, like oh my god, they're not only 96 speed.
Like, I'm a very average player at this game, and I will acknowledge that. So I'll use whoever the hell I want.
Yeah.
But I prefer to use small, fast players. That's just my play style. That's how I play. You know what I mean? And to see people constantly complain that there's not a 6'7" defenseman that they can't make every single event is tiring.
It's just silly because I mean you shouldn't just make the cards based on the meta all the time. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Exactly.
That's a weird way to like do your content. Like you're basically doing it for like the top like 20 players in the world basically.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of a lot of the Masters the way they're done. And I don't think I just feel like there's some players that like don't get recognition that probably should, and then there's players who get like the same Masters every year.
Like it really makes no sense. I'm trying to think of a few. I mean, for a while it was Jack Johnson. He would get one. Burns all the time, and it's because he's meta 6'5". It's not he's good anymore. Like in real life, that's for sure. Like Brent Burns is like a he's not like a great player. I don't know. It's
every year we get a Master Burns.
It's a guarantee. Yeah, it really is a guarantee.
Sleeves knows all about that.
He loves it. Carlson always gets one. Eric Carlson always gets one for sure. John Carlson always gets one.
Yep, John Carlson always. Yep. It's always the same guys. It feels like.
Yeah.
Matthews. Yep.
But I mean, okay. I mean, those players deserve it though. Like the top players in the league deserve MSPs every year.
Absolutely, but we get them.
Yeah.
And we also get, like you said, Jack Johnson. Why we have been trolled with Jack Johnson for 3 straight years now. Yeah. Why is that a thing?
I don't know why. Like if it's at least like a decent player, at least a player that's been really good in the past, okay. But when it's like just a really just random MSP every year, that you lose me. It doesn't really make much sense.
Like I like the idea of different cards getting upgrades and getting masters. Like I like Ryan O'Reilly. Like that's a decent card.
That's
they
good.
Decent Ryan O'Reilly card. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't need to see another Ryan O'Reilly master for 3-4 years.
No, you really don't.
Because we have one. I don't need to see him again.
He can get other high end cards that doesn't have to be an MSP. Someone else that like could whoever wins a cup this year could get an MSP, for instance. You know, like
Sleeves just put in the chat, if Chris DiDomenico gets one next year, I'm uninstalling.
I mean, I would not doubt it. That's all I'm saying.
Constantly getting a card for.
Yeah.
Hey, when did that Jean Beliveau come out?
Yeah, all of a sudden, I think it was like 8 o'clock at night last night. I'm on Twitter, I'm scrolling through, and I see Fosso tweet out daily content. Must have missed this one. And I'm like, what? I didn't see that. Like, literally, when did they release it? Like 6 o'clock? Like, I don't think I didn't see anyone mention it.
It wasn't. It was not.
For at least a half hour while I was like scrolling through HUD, it wasn't out.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't know where that came from. Literally.
There needs to be a big overhaul and the way that events are done and everything. But we've been through this. We've talked about this.
There's just so many different like things they should do with events. I think in general.
Look, we talked about it last podcast, but if you want to tie stuff into the event, it makes people more excited to play the game.
I was gonna bring this up too. I was thinking about this last night. CS there should be a CS for the Stanley Cup event. I'm not saying CS should happen for every event, but at least a major event like the Stanley Cup event, it should. Yeah, it should.
Stanley Cup, I think they should do it for All-Star, like stuff that you can tie into the real world.
Exactly,
that'd be a great idea.
That's like big. I'm not saying it has to be like Halloween has to have a CS. It doesn't have to. I mean, of course, I would love it, but like Christmas, there should be like a seasonal CS for sure. Like like you said, team of the year, there should be a CS for sure. Like the big events, there should be at least.
I agree with that. I agree. Give us something to do at least.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Even if it's not CS.
They tried this last year. They gave us a CS last year, CS, right?
Yeah.
And it was the worst thing they've ever done, right? They did that. So that means that they can do CS though. They can do it. And they're just choosing not to, and that's driving me insane.
If they really want to, they could. Because it's the same thing as Hut Champs in terms of, like, it's just a season thing. Like, it literally says, like, where it says Hut Champs, you could click that, and it says seasons. You could literally put a competitive seasons there if you really wanted to. It's not like it's not in the game, the function. They think about it, they put a GWC in, that's literally what a CS is. It's the same thing.
Literally.
And again, I'm not asking for top
Grav
500.
made a great point here. Why does Pacioretty have an MSP? We didn't bring that up. What is going on there?
Yeah, that is the most silly MSP ever, I think. Honestly, ever. I don't think there's ever been a Stanley Cup event where the MSP wasn't a champion. I really don't think.
Who's your favorite MSP card for the Stanley Cup playoffs? Stanley Cup champion. Oh, Max Pacioretty. Who did he win the cup with? He didn't. Okay. Thank you.
I guess EA must have thought they were going to win the cup this year, Vegas, so they got predetermined. I don't know.
Imagine they didn't take your cards for team builders and other collections like other games. I feel like that happens.
They just lock it untradeable instead, right?
You know what? I feel like that used to happen. No, you know what? We used to get them back, didn't we? Way back when we did the collections for teams. I feel like maybe it was like NHL 16, maybe before
Probably, yeah.
Where you traded in the cards. You could buy the cards, you could trade them in, you get your reward, and you would still have the cards. You could just sell them.
Yeah. Yep. I think it was even. I might have been even like 14 though, because I think they made them. I think it started in 15 where they made them untradeable after you completed the collection, unless I'm wrong. Maybe
Definitely could be wrong. I have no idea.
I don't remember either though. That's a long time.
The good old days though.
Yeah, I mean, definitely collections. I mean, for coins, for packs, that was so fun.
Well, we talked about the event and game day tilt. What about the NHL playoffs?
Honestly, like, I don't know. Some people were like going crazy saying like it was like really, really good night last night. I mean, I feel like there was like blowouts. There was a lot of blowouts, honestly.
I was surprised by the Tampa-Toronto game.
I mean, yeah, who couldn't be, right? That was ridiculous. I just didn't see it coming.
Like, I see Tampa still beating Toronto, and I want Toronto to win, by the way. Toronto is my second favorite team.
I do as well. I do want Toronto to win.
I still see Tampa coming back.
They're not gonna lose in like 5 or something. That's for sure. They're gonna fight. Like it would probably go 7 if they lose. Honestly, I think Tampa. Like they're just not gonna lose in the first round easily.
No, I don't know what happened last night. I want to give a shout out to Toronto's penalty kill because holy crap,
it was unbelievable. They got like literally like 4 or 5 like breakaways or like 2-on-1 opportunities shorthanded alone.
Unreal. Penalty killing from Toronto last night. Now, can they continue to do that?
Lightning's power play is too good to let that happen every game. That's just
it was very strange watching this. It's like they've never played on the power play before.
Stamkos missing that wide open empty net. Oof, I don't know what was going on.
Bruins should have gotten an MSP. Well, I mean, we still have 12 more MSPs coming out, man. So who knows what they're gonna do? At least 12 more.
But again, yeah, when it comes to that series again, like I just feel like. I can't see the Leafs like just like dominating. That's for sure. Like I think the Lightning are gonna definitely win game 2. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like I can't see them playing a worse game than that. The whole series, the Lightning are not gonna play worse than that.
I agree. I have Tampa winning game 2.
Yeah,
that's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, yeah, 7:30.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be doing tomorrow night. Damn. Now, I'm looking at like the scores for last night, and I don't know. There's some interesting things that happened for sure, obviously, with the Maple Leaf Lightning game. What about the Blues just dominating the Wild?
That was really interesting. Like, that was really interesting. And it's funny because I picked the Blues to win the series, so, like, I wasn't totally surprised, but I was totally surprised how they just didn't score. Husso is really good. That I'll say. Ville Husso is really good, very underrated. People don't realize how good he is.
I feel like goalies for the Blues just come in, they do really well for a year, and then next year he might not be that great.
I don't know if they're going to be able to keep him. I mean, he's probably going to want, like, a decent amount. He's a free agent. He's a UFA.
Guess, yeah.
So we'll see. They have Bennington locked up for, like, 6 years at least, I'm pretty sure, at a pretty large amount. So, I mean, I don't know.
See Mike Smith last night?
I don't know. I mean, it's funny because, like, I feel like the same thing happens every year because they're like, oh, look at his save percentage in the last 20. He's got a 925, Mike Smith. They got a goalie. They don't worry. But, like, do you really think Mike Smith's going to win the Stanley Cup at 40 years old? Like, it's not like he's some, like, Hall of Fame goalie where, like, he's, like, a legend of the sport. You know? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
He's had good numbers. Let's be real. He's played all right the last little bit. Last night, man, 3-3 game.
It's like something you do in ESHL. You just flip it up the middle and, like, you just hope it gets out and it gets batted down. Like, what was he thinking?
That was tough. And
the funniest thing is that he made like an unbelievable save, and then it just still went in.
He made a nut save. Everyone lost their mind, and then a weak shot from the point. I'm not sure if it was deflected or not, but a weak shot just hit by him. It looked like it might have been. Like, okay, well, so much for all the excitement there.
Like, what are you doing? Like, how can you be so careless? Like, that is the direct reason they lost the game. Like, because you could say, oh, that wasn't the reason. He made the save. No, that was the reason. That was the reason. It was because of that turnover, no matter what. Like, if he was normal, he just pass it to the side, like, around the net to, like, I don't know whatever defenseman was out there at the time. It's out, and that doesn't happen.
Like, you don't need to be that aggressive. It's a 3-3 game.
Yeah,
you
like, if you're, like, down 2, okay, whatever. Like, you're just trying to get the puck up quick, okay. But, like, there's no reason. You got to be very careful.
It's a tie game late in the third. Like,
in a playoff game. Like, there's no reason to be aggressive like that, just at all. And it cost him the game. And maybe it'll cost him the series, because that's a big game. That's a big game.
We will see. I mean, Connor McDavid's goal last night.
That was...
Connor McDavid being Connor McDavid, I guess you could say. I mean,
yeah, he's just special to watch. I mean, definitely one of my favorite players.
He scores the goal and is like, oh, he does it again. And I'm used to seeing that every night.
It's just like...
Whereas, Valerie Nichushkin does something like that. It's the greatest goal of all time, and nobody ever expected it. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. You're just so used to it at this point. It's so funny. But, like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that series is going to be interesting, too. Like, I can see the Kings winning now, definitely.
There's some interesting series going on, for sure. I like the LA Edmonton series. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't think of, like... I look at the LA Kings, and it's just like, who do you have on your team that's making you good?
Yeah,
that's not me trying to be rude about it.
No, I agree. I just don't really see it with them. Like, okay, obviously Kopitar, great, right? I mean,
sure.
two-time champion. He's still really good. I'm not going to lie. Yes. Danault he's just been unreal. Philip Danault is something. He's a shutdown guy, literally. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, he shut downs. But, I mean, I guess McDavid still scored, right? And so did Draisaitl, so he didn't shut them down too much, right? But I just feel like, in general, he's really good, like, for them. Like,
I mean, other than Kopitar, Danault, and I can think of Drew Doughty.
He's not even playing. Think about it. That's the thing. Yeah, he's hurt.
And Jonathan Quick is pretty old now.
But he was playing pretty well.
He played all right.
Yeah.
Who else is on the team that's a big impact player?
Yeah, impact, like a star. There's not many of them for sure. Like, again, people are saying Iafallo, Kempe. These aren't stars though. They're solid players. They're good players. They don't have like a point per game like unreal forward, in my opinion.
They're not selling tickets, right? They're not. You're not going to the arena specifically to watch those players.
No, they're just exactly. Again, like Arvidsson, these are good players. These aren't like supers. Yeah, they're not like superstars. Like no one on the level of anyone on the Oilers. Like McDavid, like obviously. I mean, not many players are in the league, but I mean like even close to them. I feel like because Kopitar in his prime was unreal for sure, but.
He's still an amazing player.
Yeah, definitely is.
But other than Kopitar, I'm not like I'm excited for their future for the Kings for sure. They have
they have the best prospect pool in the league, I would say.
But right now, I don't see it.
It's surprising that they even made the playoffs. It's surprising they even made the playoffs for sure.
Now, with Ken Holland running the Edmonton Oilers, anything is possible. Let's be completely honest. I know from experience of being a Detroit Red Wings fan.
Hey, it was fun for a while, right?
I feel like Danny Kaiser's done in Detroit after the season. He's going to be the new #1 D-man in Edmonton next season.
They'll get him. Don't worry. You're good.
8 years.
8 years, he said.
8 years, $80 million contract. Bring him in. Make sure he signs long term,
Lock him up, yeah. Don't want anyone else to sign him.
You got to get him. Mark Stahl's going to head there, too.
Oh, yeah. Mark Stahl's just a legend, honestly. Because maybe actually, Hall of Fame.
He didn't have a bad year for Detroit. I can't really complain about Mark Stahl too much.
He's okay. He is what he is, right? Bottom six, like, defenseman, for sure.
There's another game we didn't talk about. Oh, Boston.
That was how I thought it was gonna, to be honest. I think they're gonna win the series, Carolina, for sure.
I have Carolina winning the series as well.
I have them in 6. I don't know what about you.
Their defense is unreal.
Yeah, Carolina's defense is really just ridiculous. And
I
were
think I had them in 5.
Oh, wow. So you really give no respect to Boston. Or you just give a lot of respect to Carolina.
I gave him a game. I don't trust Boston's goaltending.
Yeah, I agree with that. Defense. Olmark I really don't like. I don't think Olmark's good at all, personally. Swayman's definitely better. And I saw actually earlier confirmed Game 2 starter is going to be Olmark still, so I don't know about that.
Okay, so that's going to be interesting. I grew up watching a lot of Boston. My stepfather's a Bruins fan, so like I followed the team for years. I know the ins and outs of Boston and whatnot. And I would say they're my third favorite team. They're on, the downswing here.
They are, for sure. Like, this is kind of... I feel like, it's a very similar team to them? Washington, in my opinion.
Yeah, yep.
Like they're just kind of like going like they've had success for a while. It's just kind of getting to a point where a lot of their key guys are getting older. It's just
unfortunately it just doesn't last forever. And again, I can say that as a Wings fan, I watched my team make the playoffs every year. I watched hockey for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like
everyone
I see it happen.
Goes through.
Everyone goes through this, and
you just can't be good forever.
It's going to hurt for Bruins fans because like they've been so good for so long.
I mean, yeah, they were a contender for like the last 10 years, literally.
But
more.
I don't see them getting out of the first round this year, and I potentially see them missing the playoffs next year.
Depends. I think a lot of that depends on Bergeron, like what he does, because he's unrestricted free agent.
Yes, it all depends on their team, but honestly, like if management wants to shut it down and get it started, it might be the best idea.
I just feel like big markets fear full rebuilds.
100%. Look at how long it took for Ken Holland to commit to it in Detroit.
Yep. Flyers, you see them doing a full rebuild? No, I can't see teams like that.
It's always on the fly, constantly on the fly.
Constant retool. They're probably gonna like try to like acquire like a big top 6 forward. They're probably gonna try to like load up for this next season. They're probably gonna try to sign like Gaudreau or something. Like that's how it is. Like these teams, they don't want to just trade everyone and just start fresh and build within. They just don't do it. And that's why these teams middle. They'll never be top teams. They just won't.
Yes. I don't know. I can like speak from experience as a Wings fan. I've seen the highs and I've seen the literal bottom possible you could do. I've seen it both, and it's great. And Detroit's heading in the right direction. And when you see Detroit on the rise, and oddly enough, Buffalo possibly on the rise here.
Yeah, this is shocking.
Playing very well near the end of the season. They're going to get another decent pick. They have a lot going for them, potentially between Detroit, Buffalo, and maybe Ottawa. I don't know. They said the rebuild was done, and then they had
another rough
bad
season.
Year.
Yeah,
but like with those 3 teams, they're all on the rise at least.
Yeah.
Whereas I do feel like Boston is coming down. One of those teams potentially, and I don't get me wrong. I know someone's gonna be, oh, you didn't bring up Montreal. I'm sorry, I just forgot to mention them. Okay, please just don't yell at me.
Montreal, I mean, they're still behind those teams, in my opinion.
I believe so.
In terms of a rebuild, at least.
Yes. I believe so, but somebody's going to get mad that I didn't bring them up. So
I mean, they got to get first overall first. Honestly, that would be a big step for them, Montreal.
I don't see them not getting first. I don't see them not getting first.
You think they're going to win it? You think they're going to win the lottery?
They're going to win it. They're going to win it.
I think the Yotes are going to win it. I don't know why. I have a feeling because like I feel like they grinded. Like I feel like they didn't. I don't know. I feel like they had a nice like finish of their season, like on a positive note. So like that kind of feels like maybe like they're going to like get good karma.
Yeah, no, it's going to be Gary Bettman moving the balls around and choosing what
to make sure they don't relocate.
Yeah. That's. I mean, Shane Wright looks like he's going to be pretty good. I know
you
said you're not the biggest fan.
I'm not that high on him. I mean, I haven't watched too much of him.
Player.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying he's bad. That's for sure. He's definitely not going to be bad. But I mean, next year's draft. I mean,
is he going to be? So where do we think he fits in here in the draft as we move on? Talking about playoff hockey, and we do have some other games to talk about. But I want to drop a little Shane Wright talk here. Where do we think his plateau is as a type of player?
He's interesting. See, again, like I haven't really done too much study on him, so I'm not going to act like I know so much about him for sure. But I feel like, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not going to be honest. I don't want to like talk about someone I really don't know too much about. I just feel like because everyone always just talks about how much just next year's draft, like how Bedard is just like ways above him. So to me, that puts him down at least. But he could be really good. Like he could still be like a. Like, I don't know what's like a good comparable first overall pick. What it could be for him. That's the thing. It's tough to say, right? Because I don't know. Like I don't want to say he's like Nico because maybe that's disrespecting Wright. I don't know. Like I don't know how to like. Yeah, I mean Mert said Nico. I don't know. I mean I don't know if that'd be solid. That's a good player. I mean you're not going to be
player, but I don't think like. Would you rather have Nico? No offense to Nico or the Devils or for you.
Yeah.
Like, would you rather have Nico or Austin Matthews or Connor McDavid?
Oh, exactly. Like if you're totally considering Bedard, like that.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
And if Shane Wright's going to end up being another Nico, that's a great player for a team that's a number 1 center.
Yeah,
that is a number 1 center.
Ideally, a really good number 2 though, for sure.
Yes, obviously. I mean, could you imagine if you had like Nico? You have Jack Hughes. You're lucky. You got
exactly. Yeah, that's exactly.
But if you didn't have Hughes and Nico was your number 1, and then who would be your number 2?
That's the thing. Yeah, that then it gets scary. Like I mean, I don't know.
So, looking at Shane Wright's numbers this year, they don't really jump off the page too much at me. 94 points in 63 games is outstanding. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm a big Spitfire fan. I watch the OHL quite a bit.
Yeah,
he just hasn't been super. And look, I'm not a scout or an analyst.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to point that out. But like, I haven't been wowed by his play too much. No, I'm nobody.
And the other thing is, he could like develop and grow year to year.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
He could really become an even better player.
Ceiling.
Yeah,
he could have a great ceiling. But from what I've seen, I don't see him being the massive impact player that a team like Montreal Montreal could be the right place for him because he could play behind Suzuki.
Exactly. That's the thing. They could have two solid centers for sure.
I mean, is Clayton Keller your number 1C?
And no, he's a winger. I'm pretty sure, isn't he? Like I'm pretty sure. I'm so at least mainly. Yeah.
Yeah. So who's your number 1C in Arizona?
Yeah, I don't think they have one. So I mean, I think they need Wright. Honestly.
So you're gonna put Wright into the number 1C spot, and
that's a lot of pressure.
Sinks or floats.
Like, if you think he's ready, like NHL ready? I mean, I guess, right?
When's the last time a first overall?
I mean, they always play. Yeah, they always play. But I'm saying, like, do you think he's like actually ready though? Like, do you think he's gonna have like a solid season? Like could he get 50 points in his rookie year? Like from you said you've watched him, obviously a decent amount.
On the Yotes? No.
I mean, any team, any of the bottom 5, let's just say.
It comes down to who he plays with. If he goes to Montreal and he's playing with Cole Caulfield, I could see it.
Yeah, then he could be looking good. But if he's playing on Arizona with, let's say not Clayton Keller, because Keller's good, obviously, but
that's the thing. He's not a huge goal scorer. And yes, Owen Power, thank you. Owen Power did not play his first year.
That's true, and that was a very, very it was a weird thing how that played out. Because I mean, he might not have been first overall technically, like if it wasn't for like all like the stoppages and COVID and like everything. I'm not saying Owen Power isn't good, but I'm saying like I feel like all like their rankings kind of got all messed up for the last couple of years. Where like you don't really know, like Wright could have been maybe 2, and then someone else could have been 1, and they would have played. D-men being first overall, that's rare, honestly. And then like I don't know, like and especially like playing. Did Ekblad play like year 1? I'm assuming. I guess he did probably, right?
I feel like he did, but I don't remember. I know that sounds really bad. But yeah, I don't remember. I feel like he did, but
yeah, I don't really remember like
true hockey fans right here, by the way.
Yeah, I
know
mean,
everything about hockey.
I worry about the Devils too much.
Yeah, see, like that's the thing. I follow the Wings. I know a lot about the Wings. You ask me something about another team, and I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, it depends. If you're asking me about like role players on other teams, I can't really tell you. That's for sure.
Goalies going high in drafts is the hardest. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why it was so surprising when Nashville took Askarov high. I think
it was surprising when Detroit traded up for a goalie and didn't take Wallstedt last year.
Who did they take again? I forget.
Sebastian Cossa.
Well, he's good though. I'm pretty sure. Right?
He's been very good, but I think like everyone had Wallstedt as the number 1 goalie out of that draft. For Yzerman to trade up, take a goalie, and not be him, it was kind of
that's true. Where did he go again? Well, Minnesota, right? Wallstedt. I think he was Minnesota, right? I think.
I don't even remember, man. I'm sorry. I know it sounds bad, but like the last like couple drafts and everything it's been so strange because the people aren't actually there, right? It's all
this year though. This year will be at least, which is good.
Yes.
Unless something crazy happens in the next 2 months, right?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and I'm exciting.
Yeah, it should be awesome.
I want to go to Montreal. Like, can I be honest with you? Like, first we got GWC coming up.
Yeah, that's cool. It's the same time. It's literally the same time, right? Like, that's like the point, isn't it?
It would be so awesome. But I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, we could start taking some questions from the chat if anybody wants to talk about something, but...
Or do you want to talk about maybe the games tonight, at least in the playoffs? Like,
we can talk about that for sure, but like, let's be real. Penguins versus Rangers. I got the Rangers. Capitals and Panthers. If you have anyone but the Panthers, you're wrong. Predators and Avalanche. The Avalanche are winning, and then Stars and Flames. I think
they're pretty predictable, the games tonight, in my opinion. But they're all not going to go that way, of course. I mean, that's hockey, right?
Because I said what I said. Yep. Every single team that I said is going to win is going to lose tonight.
Imagine. I think the one I could see maybe being a shocker. I could see for some reason like Nashville like getting lucky and winning or something. Like Riddick has like a ridiculous game for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Saros isn't even playing, right?
Yeah, that's what's even more crazy. Yeah, I don't know. That could be a sweep, that series. But I feel like Colorado's been struggling recently. That's the thing.
It's Matt Duchene. You know, he's
cooking. He has like a 40-goal season.
And he's going up against the Avalanche, his former team.
Yeah, he's gonna be fired up. I mean, he requested a trade from Colorado, saying he wanted to be on a contender, and now the Avalanche have like been the contender for the last 5 years.
Literally, hey, it's gonna be an interesting game. Of course, I'm gonna be watching, but I don't. Yeah. I see Colorado winning. I do.
Yeah, I think so too. I definitely think so. I mean, I don't know. Like it just comes down to just. I mean, there's a lot of just simple things that happen in a game that can just change a whole game. Like for example, like the Leafs game, right? Like that 5-minute major. I mean, if the Leafs, if the Lightning score like even a couple goals, they probably win that game. Like it just like
Yeah,
such a
that
like
all
like
the momentum went to Toronto on
yeah
that power play somehow. You
yeah
get a 5-minute major and you get the momentum. That's so
yeah, and they got so
interesting.
many chances, so they're just feeling
Yeah.
like wow, like well we're getting all the chances short-handed. Let's just like keep it 5-on-5. We'll get our power plays 2 now. And they converted. I mean, Matthews like that was a perfect game. I know back to that series again, but that was like the perfect game for the Leafs because Matthews scored, Marner scored. It was
It couldn't
perfect.
have been better. It couldn't have been
Shut
better.
out for Campbell. Like it literally was unreal. Like it does not get any better than that.
If they repeat that in game 2, I will be
Then I think they're gonna win
absolutely
the series.
yeah. Then I'm stunned. I think Tampa comes out hard tomorrow though,
Yeah,
for
definitely.
sure. Stars and Flames. I have Calgary going over the Stars, and I think I had 5. So, I don't hate Dallas in any way, but Calgary looks really
They're
good.
just that much better. I don't view Dallas as a serious team. Like I just don't. Like they should be out in 5, like maximum.
Big Ovi guy. I like Carlson, but Florida.
Come
I
on.
mean, it's
Yeah,
Florida.
like,
They're
it's
disgusting this year. Huberdeau, Barkov.
it's not fair. Like
It's-
they're just there's too much offensive talent for them to lose that series to an aging Washington team. There's just no way.
I agree. And then Pittsburgh Rangers. I mean,
Rangers,
Pittsburgh. They got Crosby.
they have Malkin, but
And
do they
Letang.
have? Yeah, they're just like they're another one. They're similar to Washington a little bit. I think it's
Same
still
team for 26 years now.
literally the same core for like as long as I've been alive, basically.
And,
So
hey, they're still doing well, man. I don't.
I mean, they're
you
making the
can't really-
playoffs.
Yeah, so-
They're definitely doing better than most teams, right? So.
Absolutely, but I do have the Rangers winning, especially if Igor shows up.
Oh yeah, and I don't see why it'd be bad, right? Like I don't know, like, there'd be no reason for him to just suddenly fall off in the playoffs. He'd probably step up and be even better, really.
You would think, yeah, you would think, but
I mean, I guess all the everything's just higher though, right? Everything's more important in the playoffs, maybe the pressure. But I don't see him like I don't think he's the type of person to have pressure. Like I don't think he cares because I mean he's played professional hockey for a while, right? In the KHL too. So
yes. Who do you think? Who do you think wins the cup, and who are they beating?
yeah, so I picked Carolina against. Sorry, Calgary to win against Carolina. That's what I have as my prediction.
Interesting.
I
Calgary
think-
to win over Carolina.
Yeah, honestly, I'm more confident about Calgary for sure. I think Calgary is like absolutely winning the cup. Wow, like I'm very confident in them actually.
I have Colorado over Tampa.
Tampa again. You think 3 years in a row make the finals? I mean,
think Tampa gets to the finals 3 years in a row, but they can't get it done.
I-
Their team is just so good.
yeah, no, it is, but like I don't know, like that's crazy. 3 years in a row to make it is pretty wild. I feel like if they made it, they just win it again though. Personally, I feel like if they make it that far, they're gonna win again. That's how I feel at least. I don't know, like you're not gonna make it 3 years in a row and just lose in the finals after all that.
Certainly possible that they win the cup again. I like Colorado. I've wanted Colorado to win for a couple years now.
They're just
And
frauds, though. If they're they have to win. They have to at least make the finals. Colorado. There's really no excuse. They have to at least make it.
I agree. I want Colorado to win. I picked them because I want them to win, not
Yeah.
because I think that they're the best team. I think that one, it would be good for Colorado. They need
Yeah.
this. They've
They're a cool
been
team. I mean, I
knocking
like
on
them.
the door for how long here? They got to move on here. They got to finally, get through it, or they're gonna end up like Winnipeg, who was so good for so long.
Yeah, I mean,
and just
it's
didn't do
true
anything,
though.
so.
Because then eventually all these guys are gonna get a big bit. Like, when's McKinnon's contract up? Or did he? He didn't recently sign another one, did he? Because doesn't he have like the
so.
best? He's like an unreal contract.
He
I'm
has an
pretty sure.
insane deal.
Yeah,
but
like
it's
that hasn't
not,
expired yet, right?
No,
Like, I feel like I
think
never
so.
hear about that. Like, when is it? I wonder.
I'm looking it up right now.
Like it's kind of crazy that he's just been able to like just like that team friendly deal must have been like at least like 8 years or something he took, right? Or
Yeah, so
probably
he has one more year
so like next
at
year.
6.3 million.
Okay, so then like 2023 he would be a free agent technically, right? Obviously if he
Yes.
didn't sign, so he's
Yeah.
getting at least 10. I mean you got to think, right?
At least, yeah.
Unless he takes team friendly again, but I mean who really does that in the NHL? It's pretty rare.
I mean, Tavares is getting how much?
Yeah, he's making what at least 11 something, right? 11.5
And
maybe.
that was the team friendly deal,
Yeah, like come on.
right? So
That's just Marner too. Like, I might have it maybe flipped. I think Marner might make 11 and Tavares might make like 10.5.
yeah,
or something.
something like that. Yeah.
They make a lot. I don't know how they do it, honestly. I don't even know how they like feel like a good team. I mean, they have a lot of guys on like I don't know. I mean, I guess because they have a lot of guys on ELCs, right? Which is that's what you kind of need to do when you have like just like all these like big contracts. You need to have a lot of just like young guys that step up and that can play with the really good players.
No, for sure, I agree. That's why, you know, when we're getting to where we are here with Toronto, also like they have
to win, yeah, because again, like players like Mikheyev gone, he'll be gone soon. Engvall, they'll be gone because they'll sign other players for like $3 million a year at least. Leafs can't pay them that. Sandin, yeah,
but aren't they done after this year? Their ELCs.
That's the thing, yeah. Like eventually, like they can't.
Like, yeah, they're not on ELCs forever.
But yeah, and forget about the ELCs even for a second. But like players like these, like they're having good seasons, they're gonna want to get paid more. Like,
yes.
Like if they're like Bunting, I mean, he's actually signed for a while. I'm pretty sure they got lucky with him.
Yeah. So this is Sandin's last year on ELC.
So like, what's he gonna get? I wonder. Like that's tough to say.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Like, I don't realize how good he is.
But like, they're RFAs and they won't cost much. See, I disagree because like these guys could potentially
get offer sheeted too.
Oh, that's also an option here, but
which doesn't happen often. But
I want $3 million a year, and then Toronto's looking around going, "Well, we don't have $3 million for 4 or 5 different players right now."
Yeah,
that's the problem with it, right? It's not one player is going to take up $2 million and you're set. There's multiple players who are going to want millions of dollars.
Yeah, 100%.
We can start if you want to. Anyways, we can start taking some questions.
Yeah, we could do some questions if anyone has in the chat for sure. Q&A time. It could be about.
If you guys, by the way, you're watching this on Twitch and you want to watch the replay. Maybe you missed some of it. It's going to be on Spotify and on YouTube
and Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. I mean,
and Apple Music. Oh my God!
Yeah,
look
Apple
at us.
Podcasts. Yep, unbelievable.
Holy! They're all your links, so you can plug them. But
yeah,
I don't know the links. You know them.
Absolutely.
Your podcast. I'm just a guest.
No, you're a star. Don't worry. How does it feel that your teams blow every year?
I've seen my team in the playoffs for over 20 straight years of my life, and we've seen them win 4 Stanley Cups. So, I can't really complain.
I mean, listen, I know Devils have been bad for a long time, but I did see them have some success when I was younger, for sure. Like, they made the Cup Finals. I mean, I don't know. I saw them have, like, a pretty decent run. I know it's been a while, but, I mean, it's not like they've, like, never achieved anything in my life.
Yeah, like that. We're not Leafs fans, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, we've seen our teams win a playoff like series like since we've been alive, so definitely a fun one.
What's the podcast called? Hockey Ultimate Talk.
Yep.
You should probably have that somewhere on the screen there, Reek.
It's always something. What are your thoughts on Igor waving Pens off the ice? And do you think Pens are gonna go hard out there tonight? I mean, I would hope it's a playoffs, right? You go hard.
I can't imagine you're gonna be like, oh, you know what? We're not the favorites to win. Let's just hang out tonight. I don't really feel like we need to play that hard.
And I mean, Igor doing that, I mean, that's funny. That's good. I mean, like you like that kind of stuff, like rivalry, like you want that. Like you want there to be like tension and like issues with teams. In my opinion, like I don't want it to be like boring and to be like, oh, respect, you know.
What age would be a good age to start saving for retirement? What? First of all, what kind of question? And 2, dog, I'm 27. I have $0 in my retirement fund. All right, so
that's really just depends, right? I guess who you ask, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like I have a future. I have stuff going on, but like not something, I don't just have like a retirement fund set up here. I don't have a piggy bank, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not yet at least, right?
No. I gotta wait a couple more days before I start that. What about bringing back each week the game changer team for squad battles like they did for No Sleeves?
Yeah, I never was lucky enough to have that, unfortunately.
That one must be for you, Reek, from Bakesy. You can read that.
I'm not gonna read that, and no, that's my answer. All right, because I don't need to.
Oh, yep. That was great, man. That was awesome.
Are you stretch res? What is this, Fortnite? How do I file for a tax extension? Again, I don't know. I've never had to do that.
Jesus. I appreciate these are some great questions today, guys.
Yeah, this is interesting. Awesome. Very, very much. I'm talking about hockey and about Hut for sure. This is really, really, really great action here. Come on, we need some more, really deep thought questions.
Can you file my taxes for me?
No. Regular or Ripple cut chips? Regular.
Neither. Doritos.
I can respect that. I'm a fan.
Bedard over Michkov for me.
Yeah, for sure. I think Bedard. I think some people really do believe Michkov, though, could be better. But I think I would personally go with Bedard, though.
How do you keep the game alive later in the year? There's lots that they could do.
I believe just giving reasons to play the game.
Yeah,
like wow. Like, just like by playing the game, you get this, you know? That's not what you just get the same thing you've been getting all year. That's what makes it just boring. Because you play the game in October, you play the game now, it's the same game.
No, absolutely. And that's the thing. Why, how the hell have the rewards not changed out of Rivals for 7 months?
It just doesn't make same. I don't understand. Why do the rewards not improve while the cards get better? I know we had this talk again last week. We talked about this, yeah. But like, it just doesn't make sense.
How bad did XFactors mess up the game this year? I like XFactors.
So is he talking about the cards or just in general, like XFactors?
I mean, I like both. I just think that the XFactor cards were done poorly,
and there were too many. Personally, I still think there was too many.
Next year they could change.
And they were too easy to get. I think they might have been too easy to get too. I agree with that XFactor cards. They might have been too easy to get a little bit.
Again, there's a few things that they could change. I don't think that they ruin the game though.
No, ruin is a shrug. I actually like the abilities in general. Like I enjoy them in ESHL. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I think some people don't like that, like competitive guys. But I think it's good because it actually makes the gameplay different. So I like that.
No, I agree. Do you think any of the changes you've talked about will actually be implemented? We don't have a say. Like, we're spitballing when we talk. We don't have like actual, like, we're not like reading the EA like chat and be like, oh yeah, so we heard this, that now we're gonna talk about this, and then we're gonna look like geniuses when it comes out into the game. No, like we do not have a say in any of that stuff, unfortunately. I wish we did. Don't get me wrong. I wish we could just be like,
that'd be
watch
nice.
Our podcast and make this game, but no, that's not.
Nah, pretty much how it works is we get the game a couple days early, and then we're like, oh wait, why didn't you guys do this? Oh, talk about it next year.
Jeff Skinner says XFactors weren't that easy to get. You got them for free.
Well, and on the market they didn't really go for that much either.
It's not. You could buy any of the XFactors.
Yeah, you could pull them too in regular packs. That's the other thing too. Like, it's not like they were only exclusive to XFactor like choice packs. Like, you could just pull them. So they weren't like incredibly hard.
They were very easy to beat.
23 will have more customization in HUT. I mean, I would love that. We don't know, but we would definitely both, I'm sure, love that.
Yeah, here's this. It goes one ear and the other. That's one way to look at it.
I mean, unfortunately,
another way to look at it is that the more people that talk about it, the more pressure gets put on EA, and maybe eventually they have to do these things.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, again, if you keep talking about it, like, for sure, like, it has to only just be good. Like, it can't be. Like, I don't, if people say, like, oh, don't just keep saying bad, it's bad, but, like, we're actually bringing up ideas, like, because I know some people just, like, trashing and be like, oh, why do you play the game? The game sucks, it sucks. But if you actually, like us, like, and some of you guys in the chat, of course, bring up valid ideas, things like that can be implemented one day, and it definitely will be. I mean, in the future, I don't know when, I don't know if it'll be 23 or 24, but there will be additions to the mode, and if you actually give good ideas, I mean, then it's realistic.
That's exactly it. And I don't know if Sleeves is still listening. If you are, hi, no Sleeves. Let me know what you're doing next for, first of all, you did a subathon. Then I wanted to steal your idea and do a subathon. Then you did a podcast, and me and Henry stole your idea to do a podcast. So let me know what your next idea is so we can steal that. Thanks. Yeah,
we need it. The checking rune. Oh, like he's talking about like truculence, the ability in like ESHL. Okay. Yeah, it's a little much. I agree. Like it shouldn't probably be available to as many builds, maybe. But
for a first year attempt at XFactors and whatnot, like the abilities, I think it was a good first year for him.
I agree. I definitely.
Obviously,
agree.
There's going to be things that have to be tuned and changed and whatnot, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it was good. Like I liked it. You're not going to nail it year one. I don't think. Like that'd be pretty hard to do. Like. I'm pretty sure like most people definitely don't like it in Madden either. Like at least like I'm pretty sure like it's kind of like buggy like XFactors in Madden, and it's actually different in Madden. I'm pretty sure than NHL, right? Because like you have to like do certain things to activate it, right? Like complete a certain like plays or whatever.
Why can't I two-hand slash people if I don't like them? You can slash people.
Yeah, at any time. Literally at any time you want.
You legitimately can slash at any time in the game whenever you want to. That is a feature. I don't know. There's lots that we could talk about, lots that we could do, lots that could be done for the game. At the end of the day, I feel like, look, if EA is going to listen to our podcast and listen to Sleeves podcast and listen to Reddit and listen to what we say in the game changer chat and whatnot, and not change things, then we have an issue. But there seems to be a willingness to listen. There seems to be a willingness to hey, that sounds like a good idea. Let's try to implement this, or let's try to work on this, or let's work on an idea of how that could make this better. And I talking to a few people behind the scenes, they seem to have that willingness, which is great. That being said, I can't promise that any of the things that we talk about will be implemented into the game. That neither of us can say that. Yeah. No matter who we talk to or what we may or may not know or whatever, we can't just say, hey, you know what? EA should give us a free 98 next week, and then bang, a free 98 comes in. We're not no sleeves. We can't just make that decision.
Exactly. You should be able to get away with penalties, bring back puck chopping. I mean, yeah, puck chopping, that was good. Honestly, the celebration, that was always fun to do.
That was interesting for sure.
Why is it
no, net? Okay, I have a question for you, Reek.
Yeah, what's up?
And chat, I have a question for you too. Why does everyone feel like watching a replay is the most toxic thing in the world?
It just...
I'm in the same boat, and I'm like, why are we watching replays? You're a dick. But who cares? I don't understand why it's that big of a deal, though. Like, why does it bother us so much?
Well, here's what I'm going to say. Replay? Honestly, it's not as bad, I feel like, as it has been, though, because I don't know if you, realize or, notice, but, there's only one replay they show after the goal. I think in years previous, there used to be, 2 goals. Yeah. Yes. So that's why I feel like it's not even as bad anymore. I don't... of course, I'm always going to say, oh, you're watching a replay, right? That's because I'm mad I got scored on. It's not even about really the replay, factor. I don't really care they're actually watching a replay. It's just more I'm mad for I get up a goal, so I don't want to see it again. But yeah, it is really considered a very toxic thing. It always has been. It always... I mean, in every game, probably, I'd say, right? I mean, if you're watching replays, people think it's kind of just frowned upon, right?
I agree, because it annoys the hell out of me. But, again, who cares? Why does it bother us so much?
Okay, if why does the stick
chop bother us so much? You know what I mean?
The chop, yeah, that used to really get me rattled.
When people skate super fast and dive on the ice after they score a goal, that celebration. Why does that bother us? It's in the game. Who cares? Yep. It's in there. The diving dab. Oh, God. Now, you scored the diving dab? That's it. I'm leaning forward and I'm going to score. Why does it bother us? Why do we have that mentality that it's so toxic?
The replays add 10 minutes to a game of 15 minutes if someone lets them run for every goal intermission. Is that true? I can't add 10 minutes. It
does not add...
unless you're giving up so many goals.
Less than 20 seconds.
Yeah, unless you're giving up a million goals in a game. That'd be insane, honestly. Because the intermissions, 30 seconds for 2 intermissions. So it's a minute right there. And then it's unless there's just so many whistles in your game, that'd be the only way it's 10 minutes.
Yeah,
but...
there's a difference if the guy is purposely flipping the puck over the
Yeah, okay, that's different.
Yeah, that's obviously different. But in a normal game, yeah, same with Rocket League. Just has a perfect point. In Rocket League, when people go, what a save! You're like, you're a fucking asshole. But
that's funny, though.
It's not that big of a deal.
That's funny, though, when people do that, actually.
NHL is nonstop, too, though. Sometimes I use to replay to check my phone. Or I get a drink sometimes, or something like that.
That's the thing, too. You're not just intentionally trying to be toxic always, That's the thing. Some people don't realize that. Last year's Sick Chop was the worst. It was funny for sure, but...
You know the intent behind it is malicious? No, though, that's the thing. I'll go get a drink, or I'll be talking to Rebecca, and I'm just like, hey, yeah, we can go get dinner in a little bit. Oh, the game's back. Okay, I'm going to start playing again. You know what I mean?
Yep. Meanwhile, the person on the other end of the monitor is like, let's go.
Yeah, literally, I'm going to kill this guy.
Yep.
Josh Fearless on the other end, just, ah!
Oh, yeah, there you go. We should give a warning before the podcast starts now. For that scream.
Nope. You get what you get.
That's true. That's why
you're watching Hockey Ultimate Talk with Thrash and Henrik.
There you go. After I get what a save by someone, I win the game, and it's there you go. See, then you just win in the end, right? Why is AI completely brain dead? I mean, I feel like the AI is pretty good. I don't know, overall, I don't think AI is that bad, right?
It's a weird conversation to have because a lot of people complain that the AI is too overpowered, and then the other half of people are like, the AI is the dumbest thing in the world and they suck. I feel like half the people who play the game are playing a different game than the other people.
It seems like that sometimes. Yeah, it really does.
Me and Sleeves talked about this at one point because, I scored... Well, I showed you my recent games, right? I sent I sent you my recent games where I won I think it was 9 in a row. Every game was a DNF win, and I had 47 goals to 3 or something like that.
Yeah, it was insane.
And then I talked to other people, and I'm not saying I'm good at the game, by the way. Please don't put that out of context. I know I'm bad. Let's move on. But then other people are like, there's just no goals in this game. Like the maximum 2 goals a game, and it's always 1-0 or 2-1 every single game I play. And I'm like, I'm playing a different game than you.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
I'm 9-1 in champs, and not a single game has had less than 7 goals. I don't understand how our vision of the game and what's happening in the game is so different.
I mean, play styles are a factor too, for sure. Sometimes strategies can even be a factor. So I mean, it just depends. I mean, but I feel like
sure. Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, it is definitely a question that really splits a lot of people though. Like if AI is too good or it's too bad. I mean, I feel like no one really agrees. Like it really doesn't seem like it.
I have a topic for us to discuss next week, and I'm very excited for it.
Oh wow, I'm like nervous for it. Is it going to be good?
Ice tilt.
Yeah, that'll be a 2-hour episode, I think.
See, skill zoning is too good, but then so that would be the AI then, right? The
AI
is too good. If you're in skill zone, you're saying skill zone is too good, which means you think the AI is too good. Previously, about 8 chats above you, somebody said the AI is the dumbest thing in the game. It's awful, and they're brain dead. So, is it too good, or are they brain dead?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, they can't be both.
Raymond or Cider? Cider. I mean, he's better in my opinion. At least right now.
I mean, different players.
Yeah, I mean, one's a D-man, one's a forward.
Hey, man, who do you think's better? Victor Hedman or Alex Ovechkin?
Yeah, that's true.
Better at what?
I guess, yeah.
Goal scoring? Ovi.
Yeah.
Playing defense? Hedman.
I guess it's a question like that. I mean, I guess you could assume, like, who would you rather have as a player in general, right? Like, what would you want on your team more?
I would rather have Cider on my team.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Cider's unbelievable. Oh, my God.
I mean, he's going to win the Calder, right? So, I mean...
He better win the Calder.
I'd be shocked if he didn't.
I'd be shocked if he didn't win.
Bunting or Raymond? Raymond, dude. I mean, it's Raymond.
I mean, he's half his age and put up the same amount of points almost, you know?
He's going to be better, Raymond. He already is better, in my opinion, but...
Danny DeKeyser or Connor McDavid? That's obviously Danny DeKeyser.
Not a question.
He's taller. That makes him better, right? That's the meta.
Yep.
Stützle or Raymond?
That's a tough one. That's tougher for sure, I think. Probably Stützle right now, though. I'd say.
I'm going to look up. I don't know. I haven't heard much about Stützle. Doesn't mean that he's bad or anything.
He had a pretty solid season this year, I believe.
Yeah, him and Raymond almost had identical seasons, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty much identical.
What are the ages on them? They're probably like the same.
They're the same age.
Yeah, they're the same draft, right?
Yeah. So, identical seasons, identical age. I mean, I
pick who you want,
personally, as a Wings fan, I can say this because I didn't watch Stützle play. Raymond is extremely responsible defensively. I don't know how Stützle plays defensively, but if he can put up the same amount of points as Raymond and play as responsible defensively as Lucas Raymond, then it's a toss-up. I don't really care who
exactly.
I have.
Zegras or Raymond?
I'm going Lucas Raymond because of Zegras. From what I read online, is abysmal at defense.
Like he's just like all offense. I probably agree with that, honestly. Like, is Zegras more fun to watch? Probably. But Raymond's probably
oh yeah, absolutely. He's more flashy. It's a lot of fun to watch. But from what I read online, I'm not an insider, anything like that. The Anaheim management is afraid to put Zegras on a face-off in his own zone, which is...
and that's concerning, because, I mean,
yes.
What's it going to be? Just like a third line? Like you can't like put him in like key situations. Like that's not good.
Exactly. That's a problem.
You missed a daily dad joke earlier. What do you get when you mix alcohol and American literature? Tequila Mockingbird. Okay.
On that note, thank you so much for listening to the Hockey Ultimate Talk podcast with Henrik and Thrash. Oh my God, long.